box a postcard. Yes, people, if you don't know what this is, it is a piece of cardboard with a picture, a travel picture. It is from, turn the light on right now, I'm so excited, a postcard from the Black Forest in Germany. I have never been to the Black Forest in Germany, and this picture looks so cool. It's like a castle behind a bridge, a lake, some traditional ladies dressed in some outfits. Oh. Hi Dora, this is my day in Germany. This card will, okay, I can't read it completely because I'm blind right here, sitting here. But I want to read this later on for myself. This is from my friend Jazz, from Jazz Nomad TV. I did try to tag her when I started the live, but I don't think you can tag before you start a live in the description. Just learned that too. But we're going to talk about postcards today. So if you like the idea of that, we are going to see the sunrise too in like 5 minutes. I'm going to drive down there. That's why I'm in a car. And that's why the other reason why I'm shaking up something is there's some green powder that I get from the health food shop. And it has 500 mils of water. And then next to me, I have another bottle of water, another bottle of water, and a bottle of water with some electrolytes in it. Why am I drinking so much water? Because I'm doing 75 hard. And yes, it's hard. I've already read my 10 pages of my book, tick. I've taken a photo of myself, my body, tick. I'm just about to go do my 45-minute exercise outdoors. That's what we're going to do. We're going to drive to the beach. We're going to walk on the beach. We're going to see the sunrise. Actually, let's go because it looks like it could be a beautiful sunrise. And yes, new hope, new day. I'm going to put the phone down because you can't drive and hold the phone here in Australia. And we shouldn't be driving and holding the phone anyway in general because, well, you can't see, right? I mean, you can't see. You can't concentrate. Like right now, I can't concentrate. So I'm going to put the phone down. And then when we pick up next, we will see the sunrise, guys. And we're going to talk about postcards, right? Postcards, these things. Instead of getting bills in your letterbox, you get postcards. How fun is that? Okay, we are going to go. Hey, Kathleen, how you going? Kathleen, how long's it been since you had a postcard? Because I literally just got this postcard in the mail this morning. I just pulled it out of a letterbox and I'm so excited. I love postcards. It's from Jazz in Germany. Yeah. Years ago. Okay, I'm gonna put the phone down anyway. We're gonna be seeing the beach. We're gonna be in the beach in 5 minutes, guys. Sunrise in like 8 minutes. So putting you down. Open that up, cool. All right. So, how are you, Kathleen? I also can't see the chat, guys, because I'm driving. But we are going to go the sunrise. It is day 9 of 75 hard. And we're doing okay. We're getting through it. It hasn't been easy, I'm going to be honest. 75 days of drinking a gallon of water or 3.7 litres of water is a lot. Reading 10 pages of a self-help book is a lot. Because I haven't been reading a book for ages, so this is really good for me, So Kathleen, I've already read my 10 pages. It is 5:56 a.m. I set my alarm to 5:15 a.m. I read my 10 pages. I took a selfie, like a photo of my body. So every day I take a photo of your body. I started drinking my water, and then we're on our way to do our first 45-minute session of the day, and it's outside, so it's even better. So that's good. And we're drinking water, gallon of water we're going to drink. And then this afternoon, if everything goes to plan, I'm going to go walking up at Mullaney, looking for platypuses again. And then I'm going to have dinner with my mummy. So that will be good. So I'm definitely pretty G'd up this morning. I woke up, I've had a great sleep. Honestly, I honestly think I've been sleeping so much better on the 75 hard. I'm going to go to bed earlier, less screen time. Sorry guys, I haven't been watching your videos. I've been literally trying to drink a lot of water. So guys, if you just come to the chat, in a couple of minutes we'll be at the beach and we'll see the sunrise, and we're going to be talking about postcards. Instead of getting bills in the mail, isn't it exciting to get a postcard from a friend? Especially, my mate Jazz. I've always talked about Jazz. Jazz is like my soul sister. Jazz and I share very, very similar quirks, as in like, we love to solo backpack. We've both got partners, but we still like to solo backpack. We just don't, we want to leave them at home, right? And it's not a bad thing. Funnily enough, Diego's doing the same thing to me right now. He's actually in Malta today. He flew to Malta yesterday from Sweden. Oh, I've just spilt my green juice over myself. Okay, great. All right. I'm just driving. I can see the beach. We have some clouds. I'm not unhappy with clouds. I like clouds for sunrise. We have a bit of fairy floss in the background, like, ooh, guys, okay, we're going to see a nice sunrise, a very kind of patchy sunrise through the clouds, which again, I'm not unhappy about. I love cloud sunrises. So if you're just joining me, hello, we're just about to park, we're about to see the sunrise. We're going to talk about postcards. I just got a postcard from my friend Jazz. All you guys know her, Jazz Nomad TV. I sent her a postcard. Where did I send her a postcard from? Vietnam, I think. Yeah, I sent her I sent her a postcard from when I was in Taiwan last year. Oh no, I sent it from when I was hiking. That's right, I was hiking. Hi guys, welcome to my live. We are about to see the sunrise. Let me show you the sunrise. We're literally right behind me. Oops, you can't see that. There we go. All right, so windows up. Okay, we'll close the moonroof. So welcome, guys. I'm gonna get out there. Keys. I literally spilt my green juice over myself. I cannot be taken anywhere. Got my spare phone because I want to take photos of the sunrise. I need a tripod, 1 bottle of water, and then I need to finish my green juice. Okay, guys, let's go. Stop talking, Diora. Diora? Oh my God, that's a bit weird. Diora. Okay. Woohoo! Okay, we're gonna go down here. Hey, Jimo. Sunrise is happening right now. It rained last night, so the beach is a little bit wet. I don't know if you can see that. It's a bit wet. Okay, here we go. Hey, Heather, how you going? Oh, well, I'm glad you guys could see me at the beach. I've got my tripods so we can take that. So, it's going to be a nice sunrise. Someone's in a kayak out there, guys. They're probably kayak fishing. Jim, do you fish? I have a feeling that you fish. Actually, that's another question I could have asked Heather. So Heather and I did a live on a couple of days ago. We were talking about jewelry wire wrapping, but we're also talking about scuba diving. in Ireland, which I never knew there was a thing, but is a massive thing, but is actual fishing. How about fishing? I mean, I reckon fishing's probably really popular in Ireland. Do you fish, Heather, in Ireland? Okay, I knew Jim would fish. So yeah, kayak fishing's really popular out here. And then we've got someone over here in a tinny. Oh, there's actually quite a few people out today. There's a boat over there. Okay, it's a beautiful morning. Oh, guys, there you go. There's the sun. Okay, guys, you know the drill. I'm going to put the phone down. I'll put you on my phone. That's my phone. Put you down so you look at the sunrise. Okay, I'll flip it around. There you go, guys. Jumping for joy. You guys know my drill. Honestly, the ray on the water is just my favourite. And the sparks coming out of the sunrise is wow. So guys, I always think that sunrise is like new hope, right? So what's your hope for tomorrow? My hope for today, because obviously this is 6:04 a.m. now in southeast Queensland, but most of you guys, Ireland, so we've got Kathleen that is in Canada, we've got Jim in Maine, we've got Heather in Ireland. So you're all in the Northern Hemisphere. So today is Wednesday. So what is your hope for tomorrow? Because tomorrow's the Wednesday. Oh, sorry, you're Tuesday. Your hope is, what's your hope for Wednesday? Because I'm already in Wednesday. So my hope for today is I hope that I can get through today without not getting so frustrated with my client. I'm working with a particular client today that has been really frustrating me. And sometimes when you get frustrated with someone, it's not particularly always about them. It can be particularly sometimes about yourself. So I'd love to hear what your hope for tomorrow is for you guys. Kind of being grateful kind of thing. Hi there, Hackshaw. So guys, this is southeast Queensland in Australia. You are watching a beautiful sunrise in September here in Queensland. It is beautiful. And I thank my friends for joining me today. So Kathleen was first to the chat. Kathleen was having a chat with me while I was driving down here. So today's subject, guys, we're going to talk about postcards. I just got a postcard in the mail, literally, when I got into the car. I walked past the post box, so I thought I'd have a look what's in there, and I found a cheeky postcard. So much better than finding a cheeky bill or a speeding fine or anything like that, right? So I want to talk about postcards today, guys. Okay, so Kathleen's visiting her son today. Jim made it, great. I did pre-warn Jim that I'd be out here today. So Kathleen said, please hit the like button. Thank you. So I think if you double tap the screen, oh my gosh, guys, that's beautiful. Look at that. And then we have Heather from Donegal. Kathleen's like, I always spill over myself. So on the drive down here, I spill some of my green juice on my jacket. Oh my gosh, guys, I have to take a photo of that. Oh, actually, you know what, guys? I have to jump for joy in that. That is so beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. So guys, take a moment to watch the sunrise. So guys, that is sunrise in southeast Queensland. The future if you're in the northern hemisphere, like Jim and Heather and Kathleen, and probably most of you, because Australians are probably still sleeping. Oh, actually there's a few people on the beach today, but I just love that. It's amazing. So this is where we are. We're in southeast Queensland. This is Moreton Bay. That is phenomenal. Okay, so Jim's going fishing in an hour. Okay, so I hit the mark right there. He's a fisher. He's a fisherman. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon for Kathleen in Canada. Oh yeah, Jim is mainly off-grid, sorry. Yeah, mainly off-grid is a guy from Maine, and he's Jim, and I call him Jimbo. I don't speak Turkish, I'm sorry. But hola, bonjour, avidazay, apakabar, ciao. I don't know. That's all I can say hello in. But guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I'd love to ask everyone in the chat, when was the last time they received a postcard? Okay, we've drank 500 mils of water. Tick. We only have, well, a lot left. All right, guys, I'm going to put you down for a second. I'm going to go put this back in the car, get my postcard, And we're going for a walk and talking about postcards, guys. This is Australia, Pamad. You're going fishing live in a couple of hours. Probably get a sunset. Oh, that'd be cool. I'll probably be working, Jim, but I'll see if I can catch it and see a bit of it. Could only imagine when you get up to fishing. Hey, you're welcome, Jim. Oh, we've got some swimmers here. So this is where we are, guys. This is Redcliffe Peninsula. It's a beautiful little seaside village. There's a lady just sitting on the beach there watching the sunrise in a blanket, probably meditating, which is lovely. We've got the swimmers out already, which is great. But look at that. That is stunning today, guys. All right, guys, we're going to walk. Hey, Callie Chickens, how you going? Callie Chickens is a new channel that I've just subscribed to. They love chickens. She does, okay, I think it's a she. I'm not sure if you're a she or a he, but you have a really good channel. I love the music you were playing with your videos. Very dramatic kind of music, actually. And you do really good editing. I was really impressed with your editing. The things that you know, obviously, I loved your chickens. I've got chickens in my backyard too, Callie. Oh, so Callie and Jimbo know each other? That's good. So Callie, this is Southeast Queensland in Australia. I'm in your future, guys. This is not a pre-made live. This is real. I'm walking on the beach. This is me, I'm Dora, Explorer Dora 80. This is my sunrise of Wednesday. We're on Wednesday. We're going to walk along the beach. You guys are going to watch the sunrise while I walk along the beach. And so Heather said, I haven't received a postcard in ages. Such a lovely idea. Well, stay tuned, Heather. I've got some ideas about postcards. So this is what I'm talking about, guys, postcards. I don't know if you can see that. I know you want to look at the sunrise, but this is a postcard I just pulled out of my letterbox this morning. It's from the Black Forest, and it's got all these little different pictures of the Black Forest. It's from my friend Jazz. I don't know if you guys know Jazz Nomad TV. She's one of my YouTube buddies. I sent her a postcard earlier on in the year from a hiking place I went to. There's some videos about a hike that I did in O'Reilly's National Park, because I'm a lover. I'm a hiker. I love hiking. That's what I'm going to try to say. I'm a lover of a hiker. I'm a hiker lover. And yeah, so I sent her a postcard. Last year when I was in Taiwan, I sent a postcard to my friend Tracy from the Wild West. I sent a postcard to my very first YouTube buddy, which is Izzy from Izzy Experience. I've sent my mate Jordan from YouTube a postcard, but it's not just my friends from YouTube, obviously. I've got friends outside of YouTube, guys. This is just obviously a fun thing I do on YouTube. But my friends and I have a bit of a postcard thing going too. We send postcards to each other. Even when we're in Australia, even if we go for a day trip, we'll get a postcard and we'll send it to each other. So it's a really nice way of kind of just saying, instead of sending a text message saying, hey, how you going? You know, just getting a random postcard in the mail saying, hi, Dora, how you going? Just thinking of you. This is, so-and-so, I was here today. It's just a really nice way of saying a different hello, right? Hi, Granny's Corner. This is Southeast Queensland, guys. This is in Australia. Most of you guys are in the Northern Hemisphere, but it's already day in Australia. It's Wednesday, 6:19 a.m. And we're walking along the beach. You're walking along the beach with me for a 45-minute walk. I'm doing 75 hard, and I'll tell you about that while I walk. And I'm also going to talk about postcards. So these lives are also like my dear diary, so that I can see where I'm going and how I'm going with my health and my fitness and mental state too, because 75 hard is not just about health, it's more about mental clarity. And I tell you, this thing up here, this noggin, is feeling good, So welcome to my live, guys. A lot of you people I don't actually know yet, so welcome. Like Kelly Chickens, if you're still there, thank you for jumping on my live. I was on Chicken Explorers live the other day, and that's where I met you. So thank you for coming over to my page and checking out some of my videos and giving me some comments and then subscribing. That's always a good way of doing it, right? And then I went and checked out their channel, watched a few videos and gave them some comments and subscribed. And here they are on my live. So Heather, have you gone scuba diving this week already? So guys, Heather's backyard is a lady from Canada. That's her, and her name is Heather, obviously. But she is married to an Irish guy, and we did a live a couple of days ago. If you want to have a look at my live list, you'll see a live between myself and Heather, and we had a great chat. Heather and I have been friends for a little while, on probably over a year, since she first started moving to Ireland and setting up her base in Ireland. And it's been a joy to watch Heather, just get so excited about growing vegetables in Ireland, in a greenhouse, and then also traveling around Ireland. It's been a joy. It really has. And then to back it up, to actually meet you live, like face to face, well, not face to face, but face to face on a live, was really a nice thing. And that's That's what I love about YouTube, is the relationships and friendships you can make from a comment on a video, right? And then you take it off the platform and, you know, who knows where you go. But what I want to talk about today is about postcards, guys, because postcards are something that is kind of like a forgotten thing. They're actually hard to find now. I don't know, when you used to go traveling, you used to see, like, for example, in Asia, like if you went to Thailand or Vietnam, you would see postcard sellers, you know, young kids selling lots of, like, you know, buy 10 postcards for X amount of dollars, bargain for them. In Europe, you would find postcard racks and you'd spin them around and you'd, you know, get ideas on where, you know, what areas, you know, you could go visit, because, you know, postcards are the original kind of, I don't know, travel brochures, I think. Because, I mean, look at this postcard, right? Look at this, guys. Isn't this a travel brochure? Look, you've got this castle. There's a bridge. That bridge looks pretty cool. I'd love to see that. You've got this beautiful water. You've got a waterfall. Now, you guys can't see that very well. And you've got these, like, little girls dressed in outfits. Hey, Kelly, how you going? Oh, Heather, we will do it again. It was a pleasure to meet you face to face. Hey, Kelly. Heather, I don't know if you know, I think you met Kelly. Teacher Kelly Tagg is a teacher from the East Coast of America. She's a special education teacher for preschool kids, and she's just gone back to school for the new year. But actually, have you bought a rebounder yet, Kelly? Anyway, have you met Heather's backyard? I think you have, actually. But Kelly, Heather and I met the other day on a live. We were talking about, Heather was teaching me how to wire wrap sea glass that I've been picking along the beach. And we were talking about scuba diving and snorkeling in Ireland, because I've been enlightened that is actually a thing. I never knew that was a thing. And we just generally had a chat. But yeah, next time we'll have a chat. I think I'd really like to talk more about your, like, growing stuff, because that, you know, that's probably our thing in common, Heather and I, is that's probably what I was attracted to about Heather originally, was that she's growing, you know, her own vegetables in a greenhouse. And yeah, I just think that's fascinating. I just think she could easily go buy that from, you know, the market, but she's actually taking the time to grow her own vegetables. And I think that's something that we don't do a lot. I mean, you guys see that I do like to grow my own thing, my own vegetables too, but I don't have a big greenhouse. I'm very jealous. And my friend Susan, that drops on every now and then, she does off-grid kind of living. So, and like Jim that you just saw before, mainly off-grid, he does off-grid living. He doesn't grow things though. He more lives on the land. But he goes fishing, right? He's fishing for food, right? Kind of thing, same thing. Instead of just, you know, complying to buying stuff from supermarkets, which we're just making basically a corporation richer and richer, right? Where if we can grow our own vegetables, we get more, or pick, you know, gather our own food, we're getting more. I don't know, I just think we're supporting our own families and not, you know, keeping that money in our pockets, I think. And I think that's a good thing. But anyway, that's my rant about that, guys. Oh, so Kelly, you haven't bought a rebounder yet? Okay. You've been walking with your weighted vest yet. How heavy is your vest? Because I've got two vests, and I find that the lighter one is much easier. Like, I find, don't go too heavy. For me personally, I just felt it hurt my knees if I went too heavy with a weighted vest. So I've got a lighter one, which feels good. Okay, Heather, we will organise that chat live next, okay? Like Heather's just saying here, it's so important to know where your food is from. I mean, this is a completely different, you know, subject of, like, you know, chemically free, organically kind of food. Like, I mean, there's talk about, you know,
making food in laboratories, guys. I mean, I'm sure you've heard about that stuff. I'm staunchly against that stuff. Anyway, so I think that it's a skill that we need to bring back into our lives. And like what Heather's doing, she's teaching her young children, you know, these skills. And I think that's so important because then they'll teach their kids, they'll inspire their friends, they'll inspire other families when they grow up to do the same thing. Because I think for like our generation, like I'm 50 now, and a lot of you guys are probably just over 50, 60, 50, so over 40, 50 and 60, that in the last 20 years, we've been kind of advertised that it's much easier just to buy from the supermarket instead of growing your own food. So people are selling off farms, vegetables and fruit are getting so much more expensive. Okay, I'm off on tangent. Guys, sorry. My son made his first tomatoes sales yesterday. Oh my gosh, your kids, oh, I love that. So look at that, her son, Heather's son is selling tomatoes to his friends or, you know, to the community. I think that's so beautiful. Like, and like Heather like Susan that we see on our channel, High Country Homestead, she does bartering. So she barters stuff on her farm. So I mean, that's back what they used to do back in the olden days, like, right? They didn't have a lot of money, so they bartered. I just think that's fascinating. In a world where, you know, debt is just getting higher and higher, it's so easy to put things on the credit card that if we could just took some time, it does take time. It's not easy to grow stuff, right? I mean, you see the work that Heather puts into her like her plants. It's a lot of work. And you see me, you know, every 2 weeks, I'm putting, you know, manure or some kind of nutrients back into my planter pots so that they, you know, produce good food. So it's work. You can't just, it's not as easy as just going to the supermarket, that's for sure. But guys, okay guys, Jazz Nomad TV's online. Jazz, look what I just got in the mail. I'm so excited. I got a postcard from my friend Jazz. So that's my subject today, guys. And I could rant on about everything and anything, but I'm trying to keep to topic. And I'm so glad that my friend Jazz could make it. I tried to tag you, Jazz, but it apparently doesn't let you do that. But anyway, Jazz is here. Jazz is in the UK. She's just come back from a holiday. So if you don't know Jazz Nomad TV, you guys can click on her link and go check her out. Jazz is actually doing a 75 balance. So she's on day 2 or day 3. So we need to encourage her and motivate her to keep going because I tell you, 75 days is a long. And Jazz, let me just show you the sunrise first because it's gorgeous. See you, Kathleen. So Heather's son's 6 years old and he was just selling tomatoes. Oh, I love that. Heather, you should be proud because that is amazing that you've done that. And can you imagine like your son's skills from that? Like in the future, he knows how hard you've worked and he's helped you do that to grow those tomatoes and then to earn money from it. You know, I just think there's some value in that. There's like value in money, which is really important because today everyone's, you know, putting everything on the card and there's so much debt. But anyway, we're talking about postcards and how technically postcards were like the old travel brochures. So like I'd go to a destination on a holiday, like for example, Bali. I'd go to Bali for a holiday and then I'd go to the tourist kind of shops and there'd be a spinner of all these different postcards. You'd spin it around and you'd see all these different postcards and you go, oh, look at that waterfall. I didn't know that existed. Oh, look at that. Oh, we can go, you know, look at the elephants or we could go see the turtles. So it's like the old style way of a travel brochure. That's what a postcard is. It's like a travel brochure. And then you buy, you know, then you go, okay, that's cool. And then you go to those locations, right? But the other advantage of postcards is you can buy one and you put a little stamp on it, you write a little message and you send it to your friends or your family, whoever. And what a way to say hello, right? It was so cool. Like, I mean, I jumped in my car this morning, and on my way, I walked past the letterbox, and I looked in the letterbox, because look, let's face it, these days, you look in the letterbox and you go, oh shit, there'll be like a bill, right? But I looked in the letterbox, I'm like, it's a postcard! It's a postcard! And it's from Germany. It's from, I can't even say this, Schuschwad, Black Forest. And I know that my friend Jazz has just been to Germany. So she bought me a postcard and sent it to Australia. It's so cool. And like, I don't know, the feeling of opening up a letterbox and receiving like a postcard from the other side of the world from a friend is just a feeling, guys. It's a beautiful feeling. It's way better feeling than finding a bill in the letterbox. And I think that we need to send more postcards. So I have been talking to Heather, Jazz, there was Susan in the conversation, and we're all talking about wanting to do a postcard exchange. So obviously, I know we've got to be careful about that because we don't want to put our addresses out to the world. So I have a theory. Now, I was walking up to Lavender's Rock, right? Because we've got to be walking too, guys. I keep on forgetting about that. That's Lavender's Rock, guys. Sending you a heart. Because I also need to do my 45-minute walk, which we're doing, right? In between me yahooing about getting postcards. So, guys, in my bio is my email, right? Can you guys send me an email if you're interested in the postcard exchange and with your address? Now, obviously Dora's not going to give postcard addresses out to everyone. I'm just going to I'm going to randomly pick names and match you up, and then I will exchange via email who you are to send a postcard to. Okay? Now, even if you don't know this person from YouTube, I'm going to put you the link to their YouTube channel. Before you buy a postcard and write a postcard to that person, check out their channel. Get to know that person, right? And then you can write a postcard to them. And you can say something like, hey, I'm just going to make this up, right, guys? Hey, guys, I never knew your channel, but, it's amazing to see what you do. You do this solo backpacking and, you're going to get fit and, or I don't know, I'm just on the spot thinking, right? Or if you've got Heather, right? Because I know Heather wants to be involved. Susan from High Country Homestead. So a lot of you guys already know each other already. But for example, Kelly, I know Kelly, you probably never heard this story about doing a postcard exchange. What I want to do is I want to send 2 postcards so they're going to get 2 random postcards. So basically, sometimes postcards get stuck, as in for example, I send postcards to myself. Now, this is just a quirky thing that I've done for myself, probably for the last 15 years, to remember a moment. So for example, I distinctly remember a moment. I was backpacking around Malaysia, and it was the end of my relationship I was in for 10 years. And I was kind of, knowing it was the end of my relationship, it was a very kind of hard time in my life. And I was on the beach, having a beer, in the sun, swimming, and I was in Langkawi. Have everyone's heard of Langkawi Resort? No, Langkawi Island in Malaysia. It's friggin' amazing. It's such a beautiful island. It's cheap. I stayed in these really cheap kind of bungalows on the beach. So beautiful. Anyway, off topic. So I sent a postcard to myself saying something along the lines of, remember this moment. So Mutiara, because Mutiara is my name, right? Remember this moment, Mutiara. Life is amazing and you're amazing in it. And I sent that home. And then a couple of weeks later, I got the postcard and life was a bit hard by that stage. Life, my relationship was literally falling apart. And I randomly got this postcard in the mail. Not randomly, because I sent it to myself, right? But I got this postcard and I just stopped and I read it and I went, yeah, it just took me back to that moment. on the beach in Langkawi. And I just thought, how special was that? And a postcard did that for me. Again, this is just, I'm sharing my experiences, guys. You might think it's weird. I don't care, because I do me, you do you. But to me, that was just a fantastic way to use postcards. But obviously, the other side of it is that, for example, that same boyfriend, ex-boyfriend now, right? Thank God. But I did a 6-month trip around the world backpacking. And it was super fantastic, right? And I would send postcards from each main place I went to back to him. I've kept all those postcards. He stuck them on the fridge. So when I came back from my holiday, I had this whole wall of postcards of all these fantastic places I went to. So it was like a collage of your holiday. And I just, again, another way to use postcards, right? And then also I was updating him about things I was doing. This is like 17 years ago I did this trip. And so, you know, Facebook wasn't really a big thing. It was just starting out. So it was just another way of communicating with the other side of the world, right? A loved one at the time, right? I sent postcards to my dad a lot. So anyway, yeah, like I said, if you're interested in this, how the idea, oh, Susan there. High Country Homestead. Hey, Susan. Honestly, I can't even imagine what you've been through in the last couple of days, and it breaks my heart thinking about it. I'm talking about postcards right now, but I have to just stop and talk about this for a second, because this is the true reality of working on a farm. And, you know, a lot of people just think that, you know, we just go to a supermarket and we just buy fruit and veg and it's just so easy, right? Put it on a credit card, right? But Susan's living a completely different world. So we're talking about High Country Homestead, and she has cows, she has chickens, she sells the chicken eggs. She gets about $46 a month selling chicken eggs, and that's her only income. And the rest of her income is like bartering. So she survives, you know, off-grid living, growing her own vegetables. She hardly leaves her farm, but she has animals. But one of her beautiful animals, I mean, I know it's sunny over here, guys, at the moment, but she's in Victoria, which is 2 states way that way, like 14 hours, 15 hours away from me. And she's in the Alpine region. So it's quite high up and cold. So it was snowing last Friday, Saturday, where it was sunny here, right, guys? So a completely different, you know, landscape to what I live. She lives on 360 acres. She went out to check on her animals like you do. And she realised one of her cows was missing. And sadly, she found her cow, Magpie, who was a mother of her other little calf, Maggie. So, you know, that's kind of like I mean, not only is it a pet, it's actually like livelihood. Like, she's bearing calves, right, for, future cows. I don't know if that makes any sense. But, it's not just about a pet. It's about, like, this is a part of, the production of the farm. And this poor animal has slid down this slope, a hill, into an electric fence backwards. So her feet are like this, backwards, right? She's up against a fence. She's getting zapped by an electric fence. And yeah, so it's been horrible. She's so heavy that you can't pick up a cow, right? Kathleen, my God. Susan doesn't have a tractor, but I actually think we need to help her get monetized so she can get a tractor. She needs her own tractor. Like Jim, that was just on the chat before, he has a red tractor that he calls a Lamborghini. We definitely need to help Susan get monetized and start making some extra money from YouTube, because what's just transpired in the last couple of days absolutely broke my heart. And unfortunately, Magpie is no longer here. I don't really want to probably talk about what happened, but let's just say that there was hope, And then unfortunately, because they couldn't get her out of the ground, they couldn't get her up. It was just unfortunate. These things happen on farms, and I think Susan, unfortunately, you know, it's very real to Susan because it's obviously it's her animal, her pet. It's like a child, you know, kind of thing, so to speak. And yeah, Susan hasn't had much sleep in the last couple of days, going to check on Magpie, hoping that, you know, she'd be okay. But unfortunately, she's not okay. So this is the true reality of living on a farm. The downsides of losing a pet, and especially, not even a pet, it's like, you know, it's part of the farm, right, too. But, you know, that's a big hole in Susan's farm, if that makes any sense. And yeah, so I've been talking to Susan through the process, and it's just horrific, absolutely horrific. And my heart just goes out to you, Susan. I wish I could give you a hug, because honestly, I had a tear when you told me what has to happen, and I had to put my sunglasses on because a client just got in the car and I didn't want to talk about what happened. So I just put my sunglasses on and started driving with tears in my eyes, and I was just like, wow. You know, it's horrible. Like, I love pets, and like losing a pet is just horrific. And they're like, you know, I'm obviously not a parent, but you know, I've lost dogs, I've lost animals, and it's horrible. But what's just transpired was just another level. Yeah, so anyway, Susan has had a pretty hard 2025, and you know how, I'm not going to say this is rock bottom, but like, you know how things, I just hate to say this, but things can't get any worse, Susan, I'm going to be honest, and things have to turn around, right? And I think if we just all spread some love, send some love, if, you know, you guys all in the chat would feel inspired to go watch a couple of videos of Susan's, put some nice, thoughtful love on there. It just helps the algorithm. If you'd like to share her post, excellent. If you don't, it's fine. It's up to you. Share her videos. Tell a friend about her video. It doesn't even have to be, you know, it could be a random friend offline. Hey, check this video out. Because, yeah, as I said, you know, like Susan is working, you know, she's a 50-something lady working on this land by herself. She needs a goddamn tractor, just saying. And we need to help her get a red, shiny Lamborghini tractor. So that's all I'm going to say about that right now. But yeah, as I said, Susan, all the feels are going your way right this minute. And I hope today is a warm, sunny day down there for you. Get out in the sun. It's not like you can forget, but yeah, things are going to get better, Susan. So please look after yourself. You haven't slept much in the last couple of days. Definitely look after you. Okay. You guys, do you know what these guys are? These are these glow sticks, right? These have got really bad chemicals in them. So if that deteriorates in the ocean, that liquid, those chemicals are going into the ocean, into the, like, fish's guts that we end up eating. That's why rubbish is disgusting. So I don't know how that's got on the beach. Someone's playing glow sticks on the beach. Anyway, we're going to put that in our bag and put that in the bin. Oh, okay, guys. Hey, Carol, how you going? Actually, hi, can someone please help Susan out by sharing her video? Jazz, could you possibly go to Susan's channel and just copy the top video of hers and share the link in the chat, so that way everyone can go look at that video? Because my friend, I don't know if you guys have met, broke but beautiful, blessed, is Carol. Carol is from, I think she's from Iowa. Is that right, Iowa? She's a new friend I've made. She also grows things, guys. So she's aligned here. She grows tomatoes. Oh, and Heather, if you're still there, Heather's son just sold, he's 6 years old, and he just sold his first lot of tomatoes to people, and they're living in Ireland. So guys, this is a good chat for you guys to network and make friends if you're into growing vegetables. And I think we should all be into growing vegetables, right? Even if you're not growing vegetables, I think you can be into these channels. So Carol is broke but bountiful. She's 75 years old, or is it 74 years old? And she's growing tomatoes and vegetables on her patio in pots. And she does lives, she does videos showing you her beautiful tomatoes. And it's a pleasure to watch. And yeah, I've really enjoyed watching your channel, Carol. So someone hopefully will be sharing Susan, which is High Country Homestead, guys. High Country Homestead. You guys have all got the moderation thing, so you can actually go onto High Country Homestead and click on, if you right click, you can see go to channel. So leave my live and go to her channel if you would like to. Oh, please support her channel, okay? That's our way of sending love to Susan today. Hey Deb, how you going? So Deb's just learnt the death of her dear family friend. He's a handsome, cheerful, fun, and he'll be around to help me get divorced, and was my grandson and son-in-law. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Deb. Okay, so, sorry Deb, I'm really sorry about your loss of your friend, that he's not longer with us because of his mental health, especially when he was so close to, helping you too. That must be really hard. Yeah, I don't know if I'm actually allowed to say the word anymore. Apparently that word, starting with S, ending in E, which means you're no longer here anymore, and not because of your, you didn't die naturally. But it is a condition, mental health, and it does sometimes cause that outcome. I'm really sorry, Deb, and I can imagine how you feel. So sending you big hugs. And obviously there'll be unfortunately a funeral you have to go to, and all those feelings. So look after yourself in that time, because even though you've lost a friend, but it also affects us deeply with what's happened, and it can trigger different emotions. Trust me, it does. I get it. So yeah, look after yourself, okay? Okay, guys, this is Jazz Nomad TV. Thanks, Jazz. Has just dropped the link above saying, if you can see the blue link, that is Susan's link to her top performing video. So if you go onto that video, you'll be able to see High Country Homestead is Susan, who we've been talking about how she's just lost her dear cow, Magpie. So please, we'd all like to help in our own way. And this is a nice way, because I know a lot of you guys are from the other side of the planet, is to, watch a few videos, put some beautiful comments, send her some love. Like right now, she's hurting. And if a stranger from the other side of the world can become a friend, I think that'd be beautiful. And like, for example, Carol from Broke But Bountiful, I think you'd have a really nice connection together. If you're not probably already following each other, I don't know. But yeah, Carol asked for your link, so that's the link. Most of you guys are probably already following Susan, but it doesn't hurt to go back over and give some love and watch some videos. Share a community post, or even copy a link and send it on WhatsApp to another friend that, maybe has never heard of Susan's channel before. And this is not like a charity thing. This is just, friends supporting friends. Definitely not a sub for sub thing. It's just, friends supporting friends, because, Susan's at the kind of edge of like, she needs more watch hours. She's at about 850, I think, subscribers. So, she's getting closer and closer to that mark where she could get monetized. And even if she does get monetized, she needs the watch hours to actually earn money, right? It doesn't mean anything to be monetized, but you actually need to get watch hours. So Susan's going to start doing lives soon. She's going to do a live with one of her friends that she's been friends with from America soon. So she'll let us know when that all is happening. And then from there, she's going to start doing her own lives. So excited to see what happens on the farm. See Susan and her lavender hair. And yeah, it'd be lovely to see. Hey Mike, how you going? So then we've got Mike Adventure Sparks. He's still at work. He's always working, but you had a long weekend, didn't you? Oh, you're listening in the pocket. Okay, great. So it's podcasting with Dora today for Mike, so his boss doesn't find out that he's on his phone. Okay, so Carol's snagged Susan's last video and put it in a watch list playlist. That's the way to do it. Perfect, thank you, Carol. I think you guys will probably become quite good friends. Very aligned with what you do. Hey Nicola, how you going? Hey Nicola, apa kabar? So guys, Nicola is my friend from Malaysia. She's from Malaysia, living in Italy. Oh guys, okay guys, we need some love right now, and I know Deb needs some love. Susan definitely needs some love too. So let's go look at this pelican, because we love a bit of pelican action. It's not the greatest view right now because he's kind of like drifting out that way. The pelican is not playing my game right now. I mean, pelicans shouldn't play our game. They're just going to live their life, their best life. So Nicola, have you met High Country Homestead, Susan's channel? Do you know Susan from High Country Homestead? Oh, so Deb can't go to the funeral because it's in Colorado. And Deb's saying, he's in heaven now, Susan. Oh, yes. Magpie's in heaven. I think, if we can't be there for our friends, regardless of what's happening, Deb losing a friend, a family friend, and, Susan going through quite a very traumatic thing over the weekend with her cow, her pet, her little baby, a big baby. What is our use, right? I'm going to be honest. It's great to have all these numbers on, subscribers on YouTube or Instagram, wherever whatever you're looking at, right? But if you can't actually support people, I just think, what's the use? I'm going to be honest. And I think people are so busy being busy, subbing everyone, that we don't actually take the time to actually get to know people. And when we get to know people, there's some beautiful things that can come out of it. I mean, I'm not saying hearing Susan's, traumatic weekend is a beautiful thing to come out of it, but I'm just saying that, we developed a friendship before hearing that news. We're not just friends because of that traumatic news. But I was able to, I couldn't completely help her with that, but I was there as an ear. She was texting me, I was texting her, asking her how Magpie was. I mean, there was hope. There was definitely hope that Magpie would survive. We're talking about a cow, guys. I know Magpie is a really interesting name for a cow, but it doesn't matter. And for example, Jazz is doing a 75 balance, which is a different version of 75 hard that I'm doing. Basically, I'm sure Jazz won't mind me saying this, but one of Jazz's last videos talks about her why. She's been traveling around Europe, and she was in Spain. She was catching up with two friends, Marie, which is meditation motivation with Marie. She's sometimes in our chat, great friend. and they were walking around places in Spain, sightseeing, and Jazz had to say, hey, can you slow down? Because she needed to catch her breath. So, and then Jazz was in Madrid, or was it Barcelona? One of the places, with another friend, Amy, and, you know, she's like, oh, I need to catch my breath. Just, slow down. Like, you know, walking, you know, traveling can be hard work. It really is hard yakka. And Jazz identified that, she needs to address her health. So I'm happy to inspire Jazz to, you know, get into the 75 Hard, and she bought a rebounder. Has a rebounder arrived? I think you said it arrived. Do you love it? Do you love bouncing up and down? Oh my God, it's so fun. So fun. It's really helped me get my second exercise in for the 75 Hard. I've got to say though, my calf muscles are really, really sore, Jazz, because the actual bouncing, whoa, yeah. So just be warned, your calf muscles will be sore, so stretch them out a little bit before and after. You'll thank yourself for it, okay? Okay, see you, Heather. Yep, go check out Susan's channel. Guys, you don't need to hang out here. You know me, I'm just going to walk and talk to myself regardless of who's in the background, okay? And, you know, even like, yeah, I'll just talk to myself, trust me. I'd rather you guys go check out Susan's channel and give her some love. But also, guys, postcard exchange. This is right, that's what I'm talking about, postcards. So this morning in the mail, so Mike, actually I reckon you'd be into this. So just listen, Mike, because he's working right now. So guys, I received this in the mail this morning. This is so much better than getting a bill out of my mailbox. This is a postcard from Jazz Nomad TV. Jazz in the chat. I love getting postcards, guys. So I sent a postcard to Jazz from a hiking trip I did at the beginning of the year, and she absolutely adored getting a postcard. She's like, oh my God, I haven't got a postcard in years. So when she was on her trip in Germany, just recently, she sent me a postcard from Germany, the Black Forest. And I was just saying that postcards were the original travel brochures. You'd go on holidays somewhere, and like, for example, in Asia, like for example, oops, hold on guys, my alarm's going off. That means I've walked for 45 minutes. So just say, for example, I was in Myanmar. So guys, you might know as Myanmar as Burma. Burma is now known as Myanmar. And Myanmar, oh my God, is an amazing place. But anyway, I'm not talking about that. But you would come across like a swirly thing of lots of postcards. So I had a Lonely Planet, so I knew what was in Myanmar. And I knew where I wanted to go, Bagan, which is where all these temples are. They're amazing. But you go to you go look at these postcards and you see all these different locations. You're like, oh, I didn't know there was a waterfall. Oh, I didn't know that. And you see different places to give you an inspiration to go to. So it's like a travel brochure, or like the old Google, right? Or old Instagram, because Instagram now gives you inspiration, or YouTube, wherever you get your inspiration, right? A travel brochure. You can't even get travel brochures anymore either from travel agents. But anyway, these are the original travel brochures. And the added bonus is, if you buy one, put a stamp on it, because that's a stamp from Deutschland. There's a stamp from Deutschland. 125, so it's probably 1.25 euro to send that. Sorry, I'm trying to not block my address out there. From Deutschland, which is Germany. I goes, you can't see that. So, and then it says, hi Dora. I don't want to read that. This is a message to me, so it's private to me. But, you know, she sent me a postcard. And do you know how much joy I got from getting a postcard this morning? I mean, you know, I woke up feeling pretty wonderful anyway. But to get that postcard is like another level of like, ah! Like, I mean, Jazz could send me a message, right, on WhatsApp and say, hey, Dora, good morning. I mean, there's value in that, right? I'm not saying there's not. But to get a postcard from her holiday, she took the time to pick which postcard that, you know, Dora would like. She took the time to buy a stamp, took the time to actually write a message to me and send it to me. And like, the joy you get from getting a postcard is just another level. I'm encouraging my niece. So my niece is 7 years old. She sent me her first postcard from Europe the other day, and she was so excited when she got back from her holiday. She's like, Bibi, Bibi. So like, if Nicola's still in the background, you know, Bibi means auntie. So in Indonesian and Bahasa Malay, Bibi, I believe in Malay, I'm not sure in Malay, I'm not sure. But Bibi means auntie in Indonesian. So she calls me Bibi. She's in Australia, right? She knows auntie is Bibi, but she just calls me Bibi. So I'm affectionately called Bibi too. I've got many names, along with Dora. And she's like, Bibi, did you get my postcard? I'm like, no, I haven't got your postcard. She goes, oh. And then her dad's like, yeah, Bibi will get your postcard. It just takes a little while to come from Europe all the way to here. Like she's trying to figure out how the postcard gets here, right? So a couple of months ago, okay guys, look at this. We've got a fisherman here and Mr. Pelican's come over. So this is good timing. So a little while ago, I've been sending postcards to Naya for ages. And you know what she said to me? This is what my niece said to me. She goes, Bibi, why do you send me postcards? I'm like, because I was just in Taiwan and I thought you'd like to see Taiwan. But you can just send an email. And I'm like, that's not the point. So when she was on holidays in Europe, I sent a message to her mum and said, hey, your daughter, this is what your daughter said to me about postcards. I said, if you want to teach your daughter how to actually, you know, send letters, because sending letters and postcards is it's not even a thing in people, like young kids' vocabulary anymore. You know, get her to go buy a postcard, get her to do the whole process of finding a postcard for me, putting a stamp on it and writing a story. And that whole action caused her to come home in such excitement to ask me, Bibi, have you got my postcard? So I just think that's absolutely beautiful. So that's where, and my postcards come from, my love of postcards come from my uncle, who used to send postcards to me. And I've got this postcard from like when I was like 8 years old still, and it's a picture of Rio de Janeiro. And as an 8-year-old, I had no idea where Rio de Janeiro was, and this Christ, you know, a Redeemer. I was like, where is this strange place? Probably didn't care either. But the point is, it got me thinking, you know, where is this magical place on the other side of the world? I couldn't Google it at 8, right? But now kids can, right? They can just Google where this place is. So I had this vision of like, what is Brazil? What is Rio de Janeiro? And I was able to go to Rio de Janeiro and send my uncle a postcard 17 years ago on that trip that I did around the world. And, you know, I used to send him postcards all the time, actually. But, you know, how cool is that? Like the circle of like, you know, receiving a postcard at 8 years old from Rio de Janeiro, and then me being able to send a postcard to him from Rio de Janeiro many years later. So the full circle. And I just think that's beautiful, right? So that's why I'm a massive lover of postcards. And I just think we need more joy in our life. It's so easy to get, you know, run down into the world of what's happening. And like, for example, what's happened, you know, for Deb, losing a friend through unnatural causes. And, you know, what's happened to Susan to Susan, what's happened to her in the last couple of days with Magpie, her cow. It's easy to get like, you know, really low and think, you know, is this it? Is this what's happened? You know, what else is there in this world? And I think, I'm not just saying that a postcard will fix that, but like, you know, things happen to us all the time, you know. And even though you guys are in this chat and we're talking about, you know, 2 Pacific people in this chat at the moment, you know, I'm sure you all individually have gone through things. So we're all going through things. I've been through things. And we will go through things more. Like life's a roller coaster, right? It goes round and round. And sometimes we're screaming with joy. Sometimes we're screaming with get me out of this, right? But yeah, postcards are just a little thing that can bring joy. There's many things that can bring joy. You see me jumping for joy on the beach, that brings me joy, right? I think we should be all doing actions every day to bring us joy. So I'm not a motivational speaker, so let me stop talking about that rant. But I'm talking about postcards. But that's where my postcard joy comes from, is the love that I got from my uncle from postcards, the love that I'm sending down to my niece through postcards. I have an older niece. She has sent me a postcard. I've sent her lots of postcards, so I have got one postcard from her. But she's 20 something now. She doesn't get it. She's in the, you know, techno generation of like, you know, all about emails and stuff like that. So I'm just hoping to hell that my younger generation of my niece can see the joy. And I think she does. So it just kind of reminded me I will send her a postcard today. I've got many postcards from all the places I've been around the world that I haven't sent. So I'm going to put a stamp on one today and send her a postcard. And just show her that you don't even need to be on holidays to go send postcards. Hey Lavender, how you going? So Lavender, I know you were interested in the idea of getting a postcard too, weren't you? So guys, we're talking about postcards today. It amounts to my rants and like feeling very sorry for Susan and Deb. But I'm going to stay on topic because Jazz, who's just left us to go to bed, is really good on staying on topic. She does lives and she'll just stay on topic. Dora does lives and she goes, oh look, there's the sunrise. Oh, there's a pelican. Or there's me waving at you, right? There's me waving at you. So I get off topic quite a bit. So I'm trying to stay on topic. Postcard exchange. So I know Susan, I know Heather, I know Jazz. I believe Deb wanted to do it. I know Lavender wanted to do it. So these are the ideas, right, guys? It's a way of also, learning about new channels and new places. So this is old school, getting to know each other, and by receiving a postcard. You receive 2 postcards. This is how it's going to work, guys. In my bio is my email address. Can you send me an email saying, who you are, so I know who you are, because sometimes emails don't actually say who the person is. Like for example, if Carol wants to be part of this, which is broke but bountiful, she'll send me an email saying, hey, it's Carol. This is my channel name, just in case I have 2 Carols, you never know. I'd like to be involved. This is my address. Now guys, just to let you know, I'm not going to be sending your address to everyone. I'm only going to send your address to 2 other people. Okay, I'm going to pull everyone's names and then link you up. Okay, so basically you'll get an email back when I get enough names for 2 different channels. Okay, now some of these channels might not be actual, like for example, Deb Warwick is not she doesn't make content, guys. So if that's the case, then you're just going to send her a video, like a postcard from wherever you want to send a postcard. You don't even have to go anywhere, guys. It can just be from your hometown, right? Or an old postcard you have, whatever floats your boat. Just find a postcard, put a stamp on it, address it to, say, for example, Deb Warwick, Deb, and say, hey, Deb, blah, 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 how's your day, whatever, from Carol. Easy. And then send it off. And then you'll also get another one. So just for example, I'm using Carol as an example here. She gets Jazz Nomad TV, okay? Now, she probably doesn't know Jazz Nomad TV. Maybe she made friends with her in the chat today, I don't know. But she will look up, I will send her an email with Jazz's channel handle. She'll go check out Jazz's channel, watch a couple of videos, get to know Jazz. It's a good way of getting to know someone, is watching their videos, their shorts, looking at their community posts, subscribing. Just spend a bit of time there, right? Get to know that person. And then send them a postcard. And now, wouldn't that be nice for Jazz to get a postcard from this person that she's just started getting likes and comments from on her page, and then suddenly she gets a postcard from Carol. So you guys won't know who the postcards are coming from until you get them in the mail. So the idea why I'm sending 2 postcards is because sometimes postcards get stuck. I was on a tangent before and I was trying to tell you that I send postcards to myself, and one of the postcards I sent back was on my 50th birthday. So I turned 50 in May and I was in Samoa. So I sent a postcard back to Dora, to myself on my 50th birthday. I still haven't received it. It's been about 3 months. So there's still hope, guys. I still might receive it. But yeah, I've sent postcards to people that have never got them. So that happens, guys. So that's why if we send 2 postcards, there's a good chance you'll get 1. Okay? So don't be disappointed if you only get 1. But at least you got to send 2. You have to send 2. So, like for example, I know Lavender was interested in doing this, and because Lavender's under 16, and she doesn't post content, right, guys? So I'm a little bit look, Lavender can send me an email. I'll probably just send her a postcard. It'll just be a postcard exchange between us two. Because, you know, obviously I don't want, you know, strangers from the other side of the world sending a postcard to, or getting an address of a under 16-year-old, obviously. But anyway, if Lavender wants to do that, talk to your mum and they can send me an email. I'm happy to send you a postcard, Lavender. So there's Mr. Pelican. I love what Lavender just said there. Sometimes you need the rain to find a rainbow. See you, Nicola. Anyway, just remember, if you want to be part of the postcard exchange, send me an email. Yep, Susan. Yep, you're part of this postcard exchange. So I'll tell you the rules again, guys. There's kind of no rules really, but it's going to be private, right? It's only for people, you know, on YouTube, right? But it's a good way to learn, meet other channels. So what you're going to do is you're going to send me an email saying that you'd be like to be part of, and in my bio you got my emails there, right? So send me an email saying that you want to be part of the exchange. When I get enough names, and in the email you'll also put your postal address, guys. Now I know that people, you have to be very sensitive to this stuff because there's weirdos out there, right? I get that. I'm the weirdo that you're talking about right now, so I will have your email, you know, like your email, and I'll have your address. But that's not going out on the real world. It's not going to be posted online. It's literally going to be sent to another person that I vet. Like if there's some random sends me a postcard request, I'm going like, and I don't know you, I'm not sending you anyone's address, right? It has to be vetted by me. I will know you guys because I'm obviously subscribed to you guys, or the, you know, or I've made friends with you recently that I trust you. But again, I'll be looking at your channel. If you don't have posted anything, it has to be like Deb. I know Deb. She's been a friend of the chat for a while. She doesn't post any videos, right? So I vet who I'm like looking at, right? So for example, if I get your address and I send it to Deb, Deb is not going to give that to anyone either. It's purely because I've also given Deb's address to someone else too to send her a postcard. So again, there's a little bit of trust here, guys, in between us. But again, I'm vetting this. So I get if you don't want to be involved, that's fine. There's a few people that do want to be involved. I know Jazz wants to be involved. Heather, I know, wants to be involved. Susan and myself. So even if it's between us, who cares? We know each other, isn't that? I think that's fantastic, right? I just got a postcard from Jazz and I'm happy to send her another one. And we're happy to send one to, you know, to Heather. But the whole idea is a fun. We don't know who's going to be sending each other a postcard. And I think that's kind of nice because like Jazz will get a postcard maybe from me, maybe from Susan, maybe from Heather. Who knows? And who knows where these pictures are going to be from too. So, you know, like I said, these pictures on their postcards are fantastic to get. And it just opens your eyes up to, you know, these wonderful places. Like, especially, like, for example, Heather's in Ireland. I mean, imagine a postcard from Donegal. I've never been to Donegal. And now I'm starting to know a little bit more about Donegal from doing a live with Heather. So I'm learning more and more about where she lives. I'd love to get a postcard from there, personally. There's Mr. Pelican. How is your knee, Lavender? Because Lavender's also gone through a bit of a roller coaster of a couple of months too. So Lavender saw a double rainbow a few days ago. That's amazing. So I saw, Susan, you got caught in behind in the chat and you were looking at the glow stick I was picking up on the side on the road. Yeah, on the beach. Yeah, it's disgusting finding that on the beach. Bye, Mr. Pelican. Guys, I'm going to strip off because it's warm. Oh. Just stay there for us, guys. I need to pack my bag. How you going?
Good morning, how are you?
Did you catch anything?
No, I'm just a couple of times. Go and cook some breakfast now.
Buy some fish somewhere else?
Oh, that's porridge, I reckon.
Porridge, okay, fair enough. There's Mr. Pelican. Oh, I'm sorry you're struggling on the phone this morning, Susan. So, Susan, I'll send you an email with the instructions anyway about the postcard exchange, okay? But, mate, you just don't fight the computer and mobile. You go do what you're going to do today, mate. I'm going to be walking back to my car anyway and finishing off this live. And you know me, I'm just going to ramble about God knows what. So you go look after yourself today. So Lavender's got my knee hurts. P.S. You're like podcasting today because I'm doing things around the house. So you're my second day for podcasting. So Lavender, Mike Venture Sparks is also in the background. He's working and he's got me in his ears at the moment. So Mike, you're not the only one doing podcasting with Dora today. It's interesting. One of my friends, Karen, Mike knows Karen. YouTube over 40 is Karen from New Zealand, from Wellington. She's doing kind of a new kind of segment on her channel. She started to do lives by herself. So everyone knows Karen for doing lots of lives with lots of different people. So I've done lives with Karen too and lots of different people online. I've met Jazz online through Karen and I met Jazz way before, but I mean, I met her on a live doing with Karen. That was the first time I saw, well, I didn't really see her. I mean, I guess we're just on the screen together, aren't we? So I also met Marie on that same live. So yeah, she's used to doing lives with lots of people. So she's now doing her own kind of format, which is she's kind of in like a beautiful kind of set up office with a microphone. And it's kind of like podcasting, she said, because there is definitely, a way for it, because there's a lot of people that are listening to podcasts and / YouTube while they're doing things in the ears. Like, for example, I put it on, like I have, YouTube playing while I'm washing up, right? So I'm not actually watching what they're doing. I'm just listening in the background. So that's definitely the new age, the new way. So I'm in the new age, right? Mike's listening to me in his ears. I should sing, hey, and just really annoy him. Actually, that's a great idea. And Lavender's also listening in the background while she's doing her stuff. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's an interesting, okay, guys. That is a really interesting bit of sea glass. Now, if you're on a podcast, you can't see that, guys. See, this is why lives are pretty cool, because you get to see what I'm seeing. Yeah, I like that. Bit of glass, sea glass, quartz probably. Put that in my little pocket. That's right. Should I annoy Mike and sing? No, I'm not going to do that. I don't sing, guys. That's not my thing. Dancing is. Hey, actually, today is Wednesday, guys. So it's Dancing with Dora Wednesday series on Shorts. So stay tuned tonight for a short from me. I have a few variations of dances that I could do. There's quite a few that I've done in the last couple of days, weeks. But it's going to be one from a hike, guys. I've done a lot of dancing with Doras from the beach at sunrise lately. So this week is going to be from a hike. So check out that one tonight. It'll be, if you guys are in obviously Northern Hemisphere, that will be tomorrow morning for you guys. You'll wake up with a laugh. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm excited about doing Postcard Exchange. And yeah, so if you're interested in being involved, just send me an email and I'll tell you the geo or how to do it, and ask me questions. I get it about the privacy. I completely get it. If you just want to do a private exchange with me, that's fine. But I would like you guys to be, open to the idea of sending another postcard to someone else that maybe, you haven't really got to know very well. That way you can look at their channel and learn a little bit more about their channel and them. And then, forge a friendship by sending them a postcard. So what a nice way to get to know someone, I think. So anyway, now Carol, many moons ago in this chat, asked me how my 75 hard is going. So guys, I'm doing 75 hard. I don't even know if Carol's still there, but I'll answer it anyway. So 75 hard, if you guys don't know, I'm on day 9. So I've got 75 days of this kind of hard challenge. It's a mental health challenge because it's mentally taxing. And I'm going to be honest, yesterday, the day before, when I was doing the live with Heather on Monday, that was a big day for me, work-wise, and trying to fit everything in, plus do a live. So 75 hard has been very time-consuming on my part. And that's been, a lot of people will say that, like they feel a bit selfish because it's all about them. Because it is. If you stuff up one day and forget to do something, you have to go back to day 1 or just give up. And I don't know if you guys know me very well, but I'm not one to give up very easily. So, so I have an app that I downloaded. You don't have to download the app. You can just do it yourself. You don't have to buy anything. You can just do it yourself. It's free. You don't have to pay for anything. You just do it yourself, right? My friend Jazz is doing her own version. And if you want to look at her latest video, Jazz Nomad TV, she's doing 75 balance. So she's made her own version. And my friend Kelly, I believe, is looking, teacher Kelly Tag, she's looking at doing 75 soft. I've got some friends that here in Australia that are doing 75 soft with me. Relaxing with Mel in New Zealand, she started with me. Unfortunately, she didn't do one of the tasks one night, so she has to go back to day 1. So these are the tasks that you have to do. You have to drink a gallon of water, which is 3.7 litres of water. So that puts a lot of people off. Like my friend Kathleen was like, yeah, no way, I can't drink that much. And that's fine. But she's just going to do her own version where she's just going to start trying to drink more water. So like Jazz, for example, she could never drink 3.7 litres of water. She doesn't drink that much water, right? So in her 75-day balance, she's going to drink a litre of water, which is a challenge for her because she's not used to drinking water at all. So her way of doing things is like, she doesn't want to set the bar so high that she gives up on day 2. What's the use, right? Because she said 75 hard is way too hard. I can't drink 3.7 litres of water, a gallon. So I fail straight away. So you don't set yourself up for fail. But, if you want a challenge, that's what I'm doing. But you can Google 75 soft, which is a lesser version of this, and it's less water. So yeah, I drink a gallon of water. I've got to read 10 pages of a self-help book, a business book, some kind of positive affirmation-y kind of book, right? So 10 pages. For me personally, I haven't read 10 pages in the last 3 years. And now I'm up to day 9 and I've read 90 pages already of a book and I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. First thing in the morning, I wake up and I read my 10 pages. Just kind of sets my day right and I'm enjoying the book. I love it. Some days I've read more than 10 pages because I'm really getting into it. So that's great for me mentally. And the book, the topic, I've just learnt so much. You have to take a progress photo on the 75 hard so that, each day you can see, where you're transpiring and what's happening. You have to follow some kind of health regime. I don't like to say diet, but some kind of health plan, health diet. So, yep, I'm on that one at the moment. I've got to be for 75 days, right? So I'm on a thing called R3. So my first 2 weeks, which I'm nearly done by next Tuesday. No, I've got ages, right? I'm only a week and a half in. So my first 2 weeks is kind of like a keto where there's no carbs, there's no sugar, there's no fruit even, because the fructose in fruit is sugar. So yeah, I've got no sugar, no carbs, but yeah, lots of vegetables, lots of protein, lots of meat. So yeah, that's my diet for 2 weeks, and then I go into another set of that R3, which is like you start introducing carbs back in. I'm definitely not going to be one of these no carb people. You definitely need to eat carbs. But yeah, and part of the 75 hard is strictly no alcohol, 1 drop, nothing. So no 0 beers, because that still has a percentage of beer in it. So nothing, guys. No wine, no nothing. No alcohol for 75 days. No takeaway food. So no driving through McDonald's to get a piece of lettuce, okay? Nada. Okay? No going to the seafood shop to get a takeaway salad with some grilled fish. Even though that's really tasty and healthy, you're not allowed to get takeaway. You actually have to go physically to make it yourself. Okay? So, yep, no takeaway. Yeah, that's it, basically. So if that's not enough, that is it. So that's why I keep on drinking water. I've already drank probably 3/4 of a litre already. When I'm reading my book. So my alarm was set for 5:15 this morning, and I started drinking water. So they do say the health benefits of drinking water first up in the morning is really good for you. Regardless of drinking how much, just have a glass of water. It's just really good to flush your system. So I start drinking when I'm, reading my book. And then obviously I go for my first, exercise. You need to do 2 45-minute exercises a day, which is 1 must be outdoors. So I'm ticking that box right now. I've done my 45 minutes and it's outdoors. So my next one has to be 45 minutes of any description, up to you what you want to do. If you class gardening as exercise, go knock yourself out. Do that. Up to you. Yesterday I did Pilates in the morning, and then I went for a walk outside in the afternoon. I sometimes use the rebounder at night time, and that's good because I've been sometimes finishing work late and trying to fit it all in. Like Monday night, I got home from work at 5:30 at night. I had a live booked with Heather at 7 o'clock. I had to eat, and I had to drink my water, and I had to get a 45-minute session in. So I could only manage to do a 45-minute session on my rebounder, thank goodness. So bouncing on that for 45 minutes, having some water, and then I did my live, and then I had dinner. So that was probably not great that day to eat late, but that's what I did to fit it in. Some nights, it's 9 o'clock at night, and I'm, still bouncing around trying to get my exercise in. So regardless of what's happening that day, you've got to get your exercise in, and 1 must be outside. So we've ticked off today already, 10 pages, tick, I've read. I have done my 45-minute exercise, tick, outside. I have done my progress photo, tick, and I've started drinking lots of water. It's also a lot of organisational, mental kind of planning, because you've got to plan your day before. The day before, I pull out all my water bottles, I fill them up. I get my food ready for the next day. I get my clothes ready for the next day for work. Because it's a lot of time consuming. This. I just get home from work and I go from walking in the morning, and I just quickly get home, have a shower, get ready to go to work again, and then do this and do that. And then when I get home from work, I've got to do the other bit of exercise. So it's a lot, guys. I have, you know, even on day 2, I was like, oh my God, I can't, this is a lot of water. Trying to figure out how to, you know, pace myself with it all. You don't want to drink it all late at night, then peeing all night. No, I haven't peed the bed. So yeah, that's my experience. It is a lot, guys. Would I recommend this? Not to everyone. If you are, you know, quite physically fit already or wanting to be physically fit, I think it's a really good commitment to yourself. But like the mental thing of it too, like the reading the 10 pages of a book, I think it's so healthy for you. You know, here I am on a live, you know, talking on a live, and you guys are, you know, here, and I appreciate you guys, but, you know, I'm spending more time off YouTube at the moment. So I won't be watching a lot of your guys' videos because I need to get my shit done, right? Literally. Will I make any more videos for my actual channel, my videos? I don't know. Depends if I've got time, guys. As I said, this is really time consuming for me. I'm really glad that my partner is away at the moment, because I'm going to be honest, if I had to sit down and have a conversation with him at night time, I'd be like trying to rush through it, because I'd be like trying to get my next bit of exercise done, or yeah, so it can be a little bit time consuming. You guys know that I did a live with Laurie from Aging Rebel. If you go back and look at my live list, you'll see what is 75 Hard, and that's how I was introduced to 75 Hard by Laurie. She is from Arkansas, and she's a 64-year-old lady that's done 75 Hard twice. She's writing a book, and on the 4th of October is her 65th birthday, and she's going to do her first live by herself, and she's also going to introduce her book that she's finished about 75 Hard. So I can't actually, I'm going to be like buying one of those books. So I really want to read it and see, you know, learn about a little bit more about her and support a friend, right? Okay, I can't really see the chat right now, guys. I'm going to walk up here. We've done enough walking today. I can't see how many kilometres I've done because I'm on the live, but I would probably have a guess. I've probably walked about 5Ks, which is probably about 6,000 or 7,000 steps. We're going to do a bit of stretching. Now, can I see? This is my dodged knee, that's harder to do. Half the speech is on my shoe. Right. So guys, I don't know if who's there still. Mike, you are so lucky to live there. Just listening to the sound of the waves. It's peaceful, I know, isn't it? I am very, very grateful. I must admit, I don't take this for granted. I definitely thank my dad for bringing us here. Otherwise, we'd be still living in the country. I'd be a country girl, jumping over cows and God knows what. Who knows? I probably wouldn't even be Dora if I was still living in the country. Definitely very, very grateful. So Lavender will probably say, what are we all grateful for today, right? Because Lavender and I are in Australia. So it's obviously the start of the day for us. It's 7:37 a.m. on Wednesday morning. So for Mike, it's like the end of his day. He's working still on Tuesday night. But Lavender, what are you grateful for today? Deb, what are you grateful for today on your Tuesday? And Mike, what are you grateful for today on your Tuesday? Good night. I send you massive hugs, Deb. I really feel for you with the loss of your friend. And it's sorry, I know that you can't go back to Colorado for the funeral. I'm really sorry because obviously that travel, you've just come back. And you need to think about yourself, your own self too, your health. You're also, got your cataract you got to be, dealing with, and your health and your blood pressure and all the things. So just, you don't have to go to the funeral. Your heart's there. Just send him, well wishes to a better life, wherever that might be. But yeah, today I'm grateful. I'm grateful for an amazing sleep. I slept like a log, absolute log. That's another thing about 75 hard. I am sleeping earlier because I'm tired. My body's fatigued and tired. And I'm just so, I'm just want to get on my next day. So that's why I go to sleep. So I've been really sleeping really well. So I'm really grateful for that good sleep because the more sleep you do, it's better for your head, right? You can function better. I sometimes live on 6 hours sleep and I think I can function okay, but probably I'm not. I know my patience gets very short when I haven't had good sleep. So I'm going to be a more patient person today because I'm working with a client today that generally frustrates me a lot. And that's probably more about me, not him. So today I am going to try to be not so frustrated and I'll be more patient with him. I mean, I get paid to work with him, so I should be more patient, right? So, but I'm human, guys. I'm human. So I'm going to be more patient today. So we're nearly done a litre while we've been walking, guys. So thank you for that. You've walked with me for the 45 minutes. You've been in your ear, Mike. So I appreciate that. We saw an amazing sunrise. Amazing sunrise. I'm very grateful for that. Grateful for you guys. Grateful for, forging nice relationships with you guys. I'm excited about getting a postcard from Jazz. That just made my day that was already amazing even more amazing. So if you'd like to receive a postcard from some of our fellow friends here, send me an email. My link is in my bio. And then I'll let you know about, how it all works and about your privacy. Because obviously your privacy is the most important thing. Like for example, for me, like Jazz sent a postcard to my address. So she actually knows my physical address. So I would never have sent Jazz my physical address if I didn't trust her. Like she could actually come to my house. She knows exactly where I live. So that's what I'm trying to say, guys. It's very, your privacy is the most important thing. So that's, I'm aware of that. But that shouldn't be enough reason to stop us sending postcards, right? Because, postcards are something we need to bring back. So we're bringing back postcards, guys. We're bringing back postcards. I didn't need my battery charger today, which is great. That's why I carry this bag with me. Get my postcard out. Got to take that back with me. All right. Right. So Deb says here, I'm grateful for friends like you. Oh, Sorry, Deb, didn't mean to drop that on you or you guys. I'm very grateful for you too, Deb. It's been a pleasure to get to know you through the chat. You know, it's a real privilege to be able to meet people on lives, because, you know, I'm just this random person on the other side of the world, rambling about different things and jumping for joy on the beach. And you know, you get to go on these adventures with me. So, yeah, I'm gonna have a bit of electrolytes. I couldn't do the 75 hard without the electrolytes, to be honest. So good. So guys, Deb, I would love to you to be involved in the postcard exchange. You need to go to my bio where they, you know, it talks about my channel. It says my subscriber count. If you press more down the bottom, you can actually see my email address. Okay, so my email address is there. It says I've got 6 people on the live. I'm kind of like, you know, I've got to protect my own privacy, guys. So, you know, I'm not going to tell you my address, obviously. But if you guys email me, I will tell you the rules. You know, basically just got to send 2 postcards out. You need to send me your handle, because sometimes people's emails, like for example, Mike Adventure Sparks, if you want to be involved, he might send me an email from an email address that says, you know, hankypanky@hotmail.com. And he might go, hey Dora, love to be involved. And I'm like, who are you? Who's Hanky Panky? And he'll go, oh, Hanky Panky is, you know, is Mike. So yeah, but I'll tell you the rules on that. And if you're worried about your privacy, I get it. Send me an email and we can work through that. But you're going to be sending 2 postcards, and I will send you the people that you're going to send a postcard to and their handle. Then you're going to go check out their channel. You might already follow them already, who knows, but just watch a couple of their videos, get to know a little bit more about their quirky personality, and then send them a postcard. That's it, right? Put a bit of character in the postcard, or just say hi from Mike. Who cares? It doesn't matter. But the act of sending a postcard to physically someone. And then you'll get another different person to send a postcard to. So everyone will receive 2 postcards. Or you might get 1, because sometimes postcards get stuck in the mail. I'm going to be honest. I'm still waiting for a postcard to myself that I sent myself from Samoa. Yes, I know it's very sad that I send postcards to myself, but it's kind of funny and unique. It's like getting a postcard from your past self. And I love reading the postcards that I sent to myself. I started this about 14 years ago, in a time of my life that I was struggling in a relationship, and I went to Malaysia backpacking for a month by myself, and I just had a joyful time, and I realized it was the end of my relationship. I had to get out of it. And I sent a postcard to myself. I was lying on the beach in the sun, having a beer, as you do. This beautiful beach called Langkawi in Malaysia. It's so beautiful. And I wrote, you know, hey Mutiara, because Mutiara is my real name, right? Hey Mutiara, remember this moment. You're amazing. Life's amazing. And I think I probably wrote something like, you know, you have to do what you have to do, which means I have to break up with a boyfriend that I'd been with like for 9 years. So it was a really difficult time in my life, but, you know, I got through it. Anyway, I'll do it. Okay, good. Send me your email so then we can be, you know, we can be pen friends. That's the original pen friends. So anyway, if you'd like to be part of that, Mike, I'd love you to be part of the postcard exchange. So you get a postcard. People watching this will be like, what is a postcard? What is a postcard? So, Deb, I'm going to show you the sunrise this morning, guys, before I leave. It was beautiful. That was a postcard. That was a postcard. That was the sunrise. And this is my jumping for joy. So yeah, absolutely cracking sunrise today. So Mike's grateful for everything, every day, everything I have. Good work. Yep. So it's a beautiful sunrise. I'm very grateful to see it. Honestly, very grateful that I have this energy to be able to do a jumping for joy. Not everyone can do that. I'm grateful for the energy to walk on the beach. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to do that. You know, there's some people that didn't wake up this morning, so that's the first thing to be grateful for, that we did wake up this morning. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys send me an email. I will keep on talking about the postcard exchange for the next couple of days, and then I'll go off topic and onto some other random topic, right? So this is day 9 of 75 Hard for me. Guys, I probably will do a live this afternoon because I'm going up to my mum's. And you know what that means when I go up to my mum's? We are going platypus chasing, guys. It is platypus season. It's mating season. The last time I did a live, we saw them mating, which was amazing. But we're going to go see platypus. If we're going to see if we can see them, it's kind of hit and miss. Sometimes we see them, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we see them, sometimes we don't. Will today be the day? Don't know. So guys, Northern Hemisphere, it is, it's afternoon. So it'll be morning for you guys. So tomorrow morning early, if you're interested, I will be doing a live seeing the platypus. So that will be in about 8 hours, I think. No, maybe not. I don't know. If you click notifications, and I think a lot of you have already, you will then see Dora's live, and it'll be platypus chasing. Okay, so guys, if you're interested in that, see that. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow morning, which will be my Thursday morning. Yes, we'll be jumping for joy on the beach. We'll be doing another beach walk, seeing the sunrise, and we'll be talking about postcards again. See ya. Thinking of you, Deb, okay?